What is going on YouTube? By the end of this video, you will know everything you need to know from accuracy, value, and all the great benefits of the Apple Ultra 2 smartwatch. This fitness tracker is great. I've been wearing it for a few months now, but I've been wearing Apple Watches for over 2 years. Love them, and this is the best one by far that I've had, and I want to explain to you all the benefits, even some of the most hidden ones that I'll show at the end of the video, as well as the value. Is the watch worth it, and what are the benefits that you could find, and how accurate is it? Does it do all it says it does? We'll find out in today's video. The Apple Watch is a very versatile smartwatch that offers a wide range of health and fitness tracking benefits, including multiple sports, multiple workout activities and types, from yoga to walking to meditation, all the way up to high-intensity interval training. It'll allow you to track your calorie burn in each one of those workouts, and it's very specific on metrics that it tracks depending on whether you're sitting and meditating versus doing a high-interval training workout on an Airdyne bike or running up a staircase. This video is going to focus on everything that you would need to know and understanding if the watch is for you and if the price of the watch matches up to the value that the watch brings into your life. So either through the Apple Watch app or the health app that comes on your iPhone, Apple is using metrics from your health data on your age, date of birth, weight, gender to try and give you a better estimated answer on how many calories that you're burning and any other activity data that we're going to find out in this video, but is also using motion sensors, heart rate data, on top of that personalized information that you've provided it. So let's start off with deviation. Studies show that Apple Watches can be 15 to 20% off of what they're telling you when you're burning calories. So let's say you're doing activity like jumping rope, and while you're skipping the rope, the watch, even though it's tied onto you, is moving up and down a little bit, and that light that is on the back of the watch seeping into your skin and trying to get your radial pulse is missed about 20% of that 60-minute workout, or however long you did. It could be 20% off. It takes a lot of different metrics to calculate that score, so it could just be a few of those metrics that change from workout to workout that are off. This watch is better in some scenarios than other ones. Instead of burning 100 calories like the watch says, maybe you only burn 80. Regardless of that deviation, the Apple Watch is still one of the most accurate fitness trackers on the market, and it has options to use for a wide variety of different activities and sporting events, as well as just daily activity, all the way down to just sitting on the floor and breathing. Reasons that you should think about purchasing Apple Ultra 2 for yourself. Apple Watch is not just a fitness tracker, but it's also a smartwatch with a wide range of features like notifications, apps. You can literally just have your iPhone on your hand if you want, or if you don't want that in your life and you just want to kind of unplug, you can also turn all the notifications and disconnect anything that you want seamlessly from your phone and be disconnected down to the other side of having literally cellular data on here, and you could make it a phone. It's very simple to use. This was Steve Jobs' whole mantra of just making it a very simple user interface, and Apple has held up to that standard with this watch. It has a big screen, and it's super customizable and easy to understand, and it's not like a lot of other watches like Garmin where you need multiple apps to sort of set things up and customize it how you want. Let's go into reasons not to buy. Apple products work very well in the Apple atmosphere, but when you take that and try and match it with something outside of it, there's always funky things. I'm not sure how it works with Android phones, but I do know that it's probably best to have an iPhone when you're wanting to invest in an Apple Watch, especially one, the Ultra 2. They're cream of the crop. You would probably want to match that up with an iPhone to get the most value for the price that you pay. The battery life, even in the Apple Ultra, will only get you 36 hours, whereas a Garmin you could be looking at a week, or a Fitbit you could be looking at a week. Garmin you could even be looking at longer. They have some that last up to a month or more. You have to think about how often you're going to be out in the field and away from a charging source. I know most nights I'm near a bedside table with an outlet, and I can easily throw this on there, and even if I forget, this thing will still last 2 days. Hiking and camping a lot and don't have access to technology, or don't want to have to think about plugging this in and charging it every other day, then this probably isn't the right watch for you. But if you're close to an outlet and just it is a routine that you're plugging your phone in at night, and it's easy to just throw this thing on the watch charger every night, and it's good to go. With all that being said, I want to take you through a detailed walkthrough from what you see at the face value all the way down to the settings, and show you what you can actually expect from having this watch, as well as pulling up the iPhone and showing you on the apps that you can get on the watch app and how it looks from an actual user on the iPhone. Now let's talk about securing it. For under $10 is buy a glass protector. We do it with our phones. I think you should strongly consider doing it with your watch as well. They're pretty cheap, easy to set up, and I'll show you. This is a cracked one that I just had while walking down the Vegas Strip. My watch accidentally hit the corner of a trash can. Just the tip of the screen hit the trash can and it crumbled it. But that would have been a very nightmarish situation for the Apple Watch. The actual screen on my Apple Watch is perfectly fine. It looks great. That side orange is the action button on the side that you can set for any specific action that you'd like or shortcut, and then that speaker on the side. On the other side you have the turning wheel, and then you can press it and it'll take you back to home. And then here's another action setting that kind of brings up the control center for the watch. There's this little button. You just press that button and then the handles slide off if you wanted to switch out the ones that Apple gives you. And then it just slides right back in. Seamless, easy. Let's start with just picking up the watch. Obviously, if you were to take this off and leave it somewhere, try to get into it, at first it's going to start with a passcode. It'll bring us to our home screen. If you were to hold down on this home screen, this is where you can see the other different options for watch faces. You can click new. So with the new faces, it'll have some that are already preloaded, added in. You can also change it out with pictures from your photo library, as well as any of these preset ones if you wanted a more vintage look, all the way to sort of the one that I have. So looking at my home screen and how I have it set up, I can customize this, like I said, and edit what I want. So first I can change the style if I want the seconds showing or not. Then I can change the color of what I want the actual numbers to be colored like. Then the complications are just what additional tools that you want shown. So mine is battery, but you can choose a lot of other things if you want it to be shown, or just quick shortcuts to different things like investing, finding your devices, your heart rate. I do the calendar as well, so I can quickly access the calendar. And then at the bottom, I just have my heart rate, so I can just see it real time. When was the last beats per minute that it was. And if I were to just click on the heart rate, I can change this out as well for anything else that I want. And if you download apps that are compatible with the Apple Watch, it'll show those in this listing as well. Now this scroller button on the right, it's a dial. Scrolling down, it's like a quick notification center. You'll see the time, date, it'll show the calendar, weather, and then the fitness tracking, and then quick for starting a workout and going straight to messages. And then you can also click all apps and it will show you, just like on the phone, all the apps that I have available for this watch, and you can change the view of them to show more like a grid if you didn't want them lined up like you just saw. So if you wanted to get back to this home screen, you would just press this in on the side and it'll either take you to the full app view list or back home. The button below this dial is your control center. So the control center, you can turn on and off cellular, on and off Wi-Fi. You can press this button and it'll show you where your phone is located, as well as give you a quick understanding of how far you actually are from it. So the closer that you move the phone to the watch, it'll actually give you real-time feedback, which is really nice. You can click the battery and put it in low power mode, or just see a detailed description of what your battery life is. You can turn off notifications or on. This is with the two joker faces, is for theater mode. If you want to basically put on do not disturb, it'll set pre-customized settings if you were stepping into a movie theater. Walkie-talkie mode, if you have friends or contacts on your phone that have that watch as well, you can select this walkie-talkie mode through the app listing and speak to them through their watch by speaking through yours, like a walkie-talkie. Do not disturb. It has a flashlight setting, so you can make it go brighter or darker. And then coming back, it has a mode where you can press, and if you're sweating or it's raining and you don't want stuff to get hit, it can turn off basically the touch ID mode until you hold down. It'll try and get rid of the water that could be in this vent area. This is if you wanted to try and see what devices are connected to your watch. Say you wanted to leave the phone at home and just listen to music through your watch, and you have cellular data set up, you connect your AirPods through it. If you want to increase or minimize text, depending on your vision preferences, you can change that here, as well as a hearing aid if you wanted to volume for your AirPods or whatever headphones that you've connected. And then if you wanted to edit any or all of these out of your control center, you can do that as well, so it's very customizable. That's the control center. Going back to home with the click of our scale sliding button. Now we're going to check out the action button. This action button on the left, this orange one, you can set this for whatever action you want shortcut. I have this set for a stopwatch. As soon as I press this button, it'll start a stopwatch, so I can easily keep track of my rest periods or my client's rest periods in between sets. I found it's very helpful in that metric. I've used it for other things as well with cooking. So the back of the watch just says it's Apple Watch Ultra, 49mm titanium. Take a minute and dive into the phone app for your Apple Watch on your iPhone. This should be on your iPhone even if you don't have a watch. But just scroll down, type in Apple Watch or watch, and we'll select the app. This will give you a brief overview of the different watch faces. These are the ones that I have, and you can click edit and go to the store and actually select different pre-made Apple faces. Scrolling down, we can see notifications, and in each one of these, you can select preferences on which apps that you want actual connection to. So if you wanted certain apps, like I have my front door video camera set, so anytime there's movement in front of it, it comes to my watch, but I don't want messages popping up on my watch, and you can change that notification center. And then app view, so you can see a broad overview of how you want it listed and laid out. Going back, this is the action button option that I was telling you on the side of the watch. So you can change this quickly, shortcutting a workout, a waypoint, a GPS point. You can backtrack and it'll show you how far you've come with GPS. Diving, flashlight, or none at all. And then it'll give you general overall settings if you wanted to automate software updates, or if you want to go more in detail of just mirroring the iPhone. So if your iPhone's put in Do Not Disturb, it'll automatically put the watch in Do Not Disturb. So that's a cool setting. Like theater mode or Do Not Disturb on your phone, it'll automatically correlate to your watch. Like everything in the settings that you can change on your phone, you can pretty much have that same personalization on the watch, but it's done through the phone. So if you have big fingers like me, it's a lot easier to change these settings on your phone rather than trying to precisely select buttons on the watch. But you'll see there's a wide array of personalization that you can do on the phone that directly carries over into the watch. Additional apps that aren't made by Apple but that you want connected to your watch. I have my Oura Ring, so it tells me when it's done charging. Starbucks, you can tell me when my order is being processed or complete. Spotify will show me, new podcast updates, or even keep it up while I'm watching a podcast so I can quickly swipe through ads on the watch instead of pulling out the phone. You can also do a lot of this on the watch, but like I said, a bigger screen to move around, a lot more opportunity to not click things that you don't want clicked. The Apple Ultra 2 smartwatch came out in September 22nd, 2023, just 364 days after the initial release of the Apple Ultra product. Keeping on that note, you can probably expect a Apple Ultra 3 to be released this September 2024. This is just a rumor, but looking on the pace, Apple will probably most likely be releasing a third line into the series along with the Apple iPhone 16. Okay, we are on Apple's website. We can see the Apple Watch Ultra 2 in the top corner and then a brief breakdown of the price. So it says $799, or you can pay by the month, $66.58 per month for 12 months. Free shipping, or you can order it to a store. And then just a brief overview description of the titanium case, 49mm with GPS and cellular activity, and then seamless specialized high performance bands. I will say the Ocean Band right here, I have it in orange, is pretty high functioning. It's a rubbery texture, good interlocking system. It doesn't ever feel like it's gonna come off or break. It's hit multiple things that probably could have cut it, and it's super easy to clean. So looking at the different bands, textures, that'll be up to you. Again, I like the Ocean Band, it's flexible. I wanna be able to work out in it. And if you're probably doing any type of wanting to get this band or watch wet, this would probably be your best bet, because the other two looks like the sweat and water kind of gets absorbed in it. Select the bands. We don't want to trade in. So you can finance or buy this out directly. So you're looking at $8 a month for 12 months or $99 total if you want to buy it outright. And the Apple Care, I have it on mine. It's unlimited repairs for accidental damage. So if I were to hit the screen or break it accidentally or drop it and it cracks, I could take this in and get it fixed. And that would cost a lot more if I didn't have the Apple Care. Apple certified care, so you're gonna get the best care of the people that actually make this watch and are certified in fixing it. And then 24/7 access to Apple experts. I kind of always lean on the side of getting the Apple Care, especially with a watch that can be dinged around and banged up a lot. And then it's coming with the Apple Watch itself, the band, and then a charger. Just a little breakdown of why this is so different and more expensive than the beginning and middle models. The size of it is a lot bigger, and then the Retina display, so it's like a mini computer in your hand. It just looks a lot better than the other two. Double the water resistant depth compared to the other ones. Battery life on the intro and medium models are 18 hours, 36 hours in low power mode with the second one, but 72 hours, so 3 days in low power mode with this one, and just 36 hours of full max use. That's really nice because these don't even last a full day. If you were to use them, you'd have to charge them literally the time you're awake. By the time you're going to bed, you have to charge this, whereas this you can get away with a day and a half or even 3 days in low power mode, which is super nice. But the action button is really awesome. The battery life is a huge plus. If you're into swimming, double meters compared to the other models is going to be very crucial. And then the beautiful Retina display, 1,000 more nits, will allow you to look way cooler when you're looking at the screen visualization, and the bigger screen size just allows you for more customization and being able to read things easier and not hit multiple buttons, less chance of hitting multiple buttons at least with your finger with the biggest screen that they have in the Apple Watch series. All of this set up around $900. If you found this video helpful, and if you see yourself getting a Apple Ultra 2, please let me know below. Give it a like and subscribe if you want to keep learning how to optimize your health and performance and just feel like a better you every day. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.